Holiday weekend finally here, which means many people are going to be celebrating out on the water.
Yeah, but the U.S. Coast Guard, along with other police and sheriff's agencies, will be out there too, making sure everyone's following the rules and just staying safe. And joining us with some tips ahead of the 4th, we have Sergeant Eric Westphier with the Ottawa County Sheriff's Marine Unit. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So, of course, this year, the 4th of July looking a little bit different, of course, with the social distancing and dealing with the pandemic. What are you, hoping to see and maybe enforcing out on the beaches there this year?
Our enforcement's going to stay pretty much how it has in the past. We anticipate a lot of boats out on the water with the warm weather. So enforcement is going to be the same or increased as it has in years in the past.
When we're talking Ottawa County along the lakeshore, what are the hot spots that people need to keep in mind? I know we've had some issues in South Haven, but north in your district, we've got Grand Haven Beach. Where are those hot spots at, Sergeant?
Yeah, so our biggest hotspots that we see here in Ottawa County are obviously going to be the two state parks, being Holland and Grand Haven. We anticipate large crowds at both of them. Thankfully, because of the weather and the wind directions, we don't anticipate too many issues with the rip currents that we've been seeing in the past few weeks. But the potential is always there, so safety has to be first and foremost for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, they'll probably be enforcing, the no drinking and other illegal activities as well. And of course, being out on the boats, so you guys will be out there as well. Huh?
That's right. And this weekend is the national no drinking campaign. Operation Dry Water is what it's called. So we will be participating in that as well, which will increase our enforcement as far as the alcohol violations out on the waters.
What is the BAC when you're in a boat? I believe it is different than a vehicle. Is that correct?
It used to be. It is now in line with the vehicle, so it's 0.08.
Oh, okay. When did they change that? That was a couple years back.
A couple years ago already. Now,
okay, no kidding. Yes. I'm glad I don't have a boat.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So folks are heading out there as well. With of course the heat and things of that nature. What's just your best advice that people can just not have any problems or any run-ins, with law enforcement?
Yeah, if the heat is going to be a big factor, like you said. Make sure you stay hydrated. You're staying in the sun. If you have any emergencies, contact us. Our agency, the Coast Guard, is out there. Any one of us can come out to help you in case of an emergency and get you whatever.
Sergeant, what's the #1 call that your department receives when it comes to 4th of July patrol?
The #1 call that we're seeing this year is complaints of boat wakes because of the high water levels. Yeah. And with the added boat traffic that we anticipate, I expect that to be probably our #1 call again.
Wonderful. Gotcha. How can people keep in line with making no wakes, and where can they learn more information about that?
Just keep in mind, we've been putting some of this information out that with the high water levels, the wakes are creating damage along the shoreline, which has been breaking docks, and we've seen some of that floating in the water, which creates a safety hazard for everybody. So just because you're not in a slow no wake zone doesn't mean that you have to go at full speed. It's something that I think we can all work together on to try and minimize the risk and safety issues associated with it.
All right, great advice this year. Thank you so much. And you guys stay safe out there as well.